For anybody that's wondering, the rock things that look like people that Canada is known for, they're called Inukshuks. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, mate Brewski, for another Brewski review. And today the beer I have for you is the Inukshuk IPA by Magnotta Brewing Company. Since all natural since 1996 apparently. True North. Cool. This is a IPA, like I said before, coming in at 6.5% alcohol by volume and only 38 IBUs. So not as bitter as other IPAs, which is interesting. Purple can with Inukshuk on the back in the background with a big polar bear, brewed in small batches, they say. Let's crack it open, see what we got. I'm going to be pouring it into my Osthaus, I guess, pint glass. And pouring a beer is always a pretty sight to see. Put about that much in there for now, just to enjoy some after the review. Looking at the beer here, it's a pretty, straw yellow kind of color. Not too much going on. Very clear, decent little head there. Carbonation is coming through as well. But yeah, just looks more like a lager. To be honest, maybe a little bit darker, but not looking like a real IPA or a traditional IPA color. With that said, let's give it a smell, see what kind of aromas we have. Oh, that smells different. It smells syrupy, almost. It smells sweet syrupy with a little bit of hops in the background. A bit malty as well. It smells interesting. Let's have a sip of this. See what it is. Well, that's weird. It's like really lightly hopped with a really weird, almost like artificial sweetness to it. Like if it was that like light syrup that you get if you want to watch your calories or something like that, like a light syrup with weak hops and then a stale bread sort of finish. That's what I'm getting from the first sip. Let's see if anything else changes with it. Cheers, everybody. Well, that's weird. It's florally as well. Tastes like flowers. The hops aren't really the greatest. No real hop flavor. Goes down smooth. I mean, like mouthfeel wise, it's a smooth beer. But flavor wise, it's something different. It's not what I really like per se. Let's see what the can has to say for itself. There is a description here on the back, and they say, since 1996, our family has been marrying the art and science of brewing. We're delighted that you can share in our tradition and that we can guide you on a journey of taste, discovery, and craft beer. Our Inukshuk IPA has a rich toffee notes with hints of orange and herbs. Rich toffee note. Maybe what I'm getting from the sweetness, like that syrupy sweetness, but it's a weird sweetness. Yeah, no, it doesn't work in this beer personally. It's too sweet, it's too candied, artificial sweet toffiness or syrupiness, like light sugar syrupiness. And when it mixes with the hops, which I don't get a lot of, to be honest, like I get the regular general hop flavor where it's a little bitter, a little piney, but not that big, and it doesn't flow well together. It sort of changes over really quick, and it sort of, I don't know, it doesn't work nicely, which is weird. Hints of orange and herbs. I may be getting that floraliness from the herbs, but the orange, I don't really get any orange out of this. There is a brewed on date or a canned on date. This was canned on December 18th of last year, so it's a little bit older. Still weird. Just a weird beer. They do list ingredients though, which are water, barley, hops, and yeast. Magnotta Brewery. They're actually outside of Vaughan, Ontario, where the brewery is at least. I've been searching. Magnotta actually has a lot of different brands. They're a winery, first of all. They also do G Marquis, Killing Ridge, Magnotta Brewery, Magnotta Distillery, and Festa Juice and Festa Brew. Interesting. That's weird. That's a big freaking company. Wow. Okay then. What else is on the can? Nothing really else. It's a Ontario Craft Brewing. No, that's just the Ontario Craft Brewers. Thought it was an award that they were saying. Oh, no, it won Brewery of the Year for Canadian Brewing Awards. Doesn't say when, though, which is surprising, because this isn't that tasty. Let's move over to the website now. The website that I'm on right now is just magnotta.com. They do have a separate website for their brewery, which is magnottaBrewery.com. It's just not up and running, which is a bit of a bummer. But it looks like they have the Inukshuk IPA, a Polar Lager, and an original craft lager. So looks like they have 3 beers so far, but you can't get any description of them. And the only description that I have is of the brewery. And the little bit that they have written here is, since 1996, Magnotta Brewery has proudly brewed premium Ontario craft beers in small batches using only 100% natural premium ingredients. It has been named Brewery of the Year, the highest honor given by the Canadian Brewing Awards. Created by its very own brewmaster, True North features a collection of 6 classic ultra-premium lagers and ales, handcrafted from brewing true to style. The brewery has also introduced Magnotta Original Craft Lager and a new growler filling station. Magnotta's premium beers are available exclusively at its Vaughan location or can be ordered for pickup at any of its other retail stores. Complimentary brewery tours are available Sundays at 3 p.m., no booking required. That's actually a good amount of information of the brewery. Still, I'm not a big fan of this beer, to be honest. I mean, that toffee is just so sweet and tastes so artificial that it just doesn't flow well together. I mean, if they tone down the toffee a little bit and maybe up the flavor of the hops, I think they might have something going for them. But for this beer itself is not going to be one that I'm going to pick up in the future. Moving over now to Untappd.com, the Inukshuk IPA has been given a 3.03 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of around 1,500 ratings. Very good balance of reviews. The initial toffee flavor you get is pretty good. It tastes really nice. But when you swallow, then the following of flavors after that, that's when you get that artificial sweetness. And then the really lackluster hops. And it's not only till the end and the lingering flavors on your tongue where you get more of the hops and you get a bit of a breadiness to it, which really finish it off well, but there's still that underlying artificial sweetness that just really throws me off personally. Which is a bit of a bummer. I thought this was going to be much better for my personal palate. I think some people might like this if you're a big fan of toffee and a little bit of hoppiness, but for me it's not my forte. Hence why it's taking me a little bit longer to finish the beer. So now that we are down to our final sip, let's finish this off and get right to ratings. Cheers, everybody. No thank you. Not my favorite at all. So, coming to ratings for Inukshuk IPA. That toffee's just not doing it for me. they have a really good base idea of what they're wanting to go for. The sweet toffee with the nice hops and a little bready finish, but it doesn't flow well. I think they might need to go back and rework it just a little bit. Personally, for me, that's what I think. I gotta give this beer a solid 5 out of 10. Nothing super fancy. Wouldn't buy it again, but it's not super terrible. I think some people would like this beer for sure, but just not me. On the other hand, presentation is pretty nice. Purple can's a little weird. I wouldn't have gone with purple for a Inukshuk IPA. I probably would have gone more for like a, polar-y sort of color. I don't know what that'd be. White, some blues maybe. But whatever, it's their brewery. But no, other than that, nice logo for sure. Not too busy, pretty nice. Polar bears on there, beautiful. Inukshuk in the background. Maybe if they put the Inukshuk more forward, because after all, it is Inukshuk IPA. I like the description that they have here. Canned on date, perfect. IBUs listed beautifully. Ingredients as well, very, very nice to see. Pretty much hit all the stuff that you'd want to see on a can is here. Yeah, no real complaints about that. Just maybe the color. Website, on the other hand, can't really attest to that because it is still up and coming at the moment. For the main Magnotta website, they do have a very nice, elegant looking website showing all their brands and a bunch of other information about all their wineries, retail stores, tours, etc., etc. And they do have a nice big description of their brewery as well. So I gotta give presentation a... Ooh, I don't even know. What the hell do I give this? Can't find a number in my head. I mean, online website doesn't really count, kind of half counts, just because the original Magnotta website looks so nice. The can is alright as far as color goes, but all the other information is there. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10 for presentation. Looks pretty good, a lot of good information both on the can, website. I definitely think they will put a lot of good information on there. Fingers crossed kind of thing. Hopefully I check back if I have any more of their beers. But yeah, so 5 out of 10 for the beer, 8 out of 10 for the presentation, and that just about wraps it up. But before I leave you, if you have any comments, questions, beers you want me to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. As well, if you want to like the video and subscribe to me, join me for a couple of beers, something like that, kick back, relax, go right ahead, it's muchly appreciated. Also, I want to start doing questions of the day. So, my question of the day to you guys is, what is your favorite style of beer? Mine, personally, I love IPAs. That's definitely my go-to style, but I love pretty much all styles of beer. And with that said, that's going to do it for me, Maple Brewski, and like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers.